Hello and welcome. This is Michael from Forex Graduates, and today I want to make a short video on how to draw in support and resistance levels. So basically I'm starting on an hourly chart and I'm going to look at what the support and what the resistance is on this time frame first. Okay, so looking at it, I go for the most obvious levels, and right now this level is the one that is just jumping out at me, because as we can see around about here we had a test of this resistance, a test of this resistance again, we had a break, but then price came back into that range, we had it as resistance here again, we had it as support here. So this is a very good level for me now for resistance, but usually these levels are where change of polarity normally happens. So you'd have resistance turning into support or support turning into resistance. So since this is the first level that I've marked, I'm going to just keep it with this blue color, and the support for this I will keep it with the blue color as well. So looking at support, basically another level that is just jumping out at me is around here as well. Okay, so again we have had a test of this. For some time it had broken there, but going back it was support, and going back into the past as well, support, resistance, so on an hourly time frame I try to really pick the ones that are closest to where price is right now, or the most recent price action. If I change now and go to a higher time frame, I go to H4. So basically I need to plot in my support and resistance from here, and I can just look at the obvious levels for me right now, horizontal line and down here. Okay, down here, let me change the color, make it the pink, it's fine, on H4. Okay, so going back with it, now we can see that around here we had that as support. Okay, we had some support there before it broke, became a resistance, and going back with it as well. You always see the same sort of things happening around these levels. All right, going back. Okay, so now for the resistance, it can be, I can use this here as my resistance, and again go back and look at what price has been doing around this area as well. You see, so there resistance, there support, and I actually just picked this because of these two highs. Okay, so now going up another time frame, we go to the daily chart now, and on the daily chart again we need to add in horizontal line, and the most obvious one for me is this one here at the very bottom, and I can make this a different color like that, purple. So that's it, and I need to add in a clear resistance now. Clear resistance, I can put it up there at that level, or around there anyway. Really, these are not as much levels as they are zones. Okay, so around that area is where we'd see a lot of crazy bounces and things like that. So if perhaps I can look at it and go back into the past and realize that, okay, so perhaps maybe I have drawn in my resistance for the daily chart a bit too close, I can always move it. So if I like, then I can say, well, okay, I can maybe move it up, maybe let's say to this level here, because there we had a touch as resistance, there we had some touches, there we had a touch, and it is a much better level maybe than, say, what I would have had before. But in any case, what we want to see is price respecting that line now and again, so like that, those touches. Okay, so now coming back to it, if now you come to your hourly time frame, all of these levels are here, but then you need to remember that according to your color coding, purple is your support and resistance on a daily time frame, the pink is your support and resistance on an H4 time frame, and the blue is what you plotted on H1. So at any time you can see when price is approaching the hourly resistance or the H4 resistance or anything like that. Okay, so right now we have price here, and if it should continue to go down, now we look at this as our near-term support. That's just short-term support. And if it goes up there, we look at that as our short-term resistance, and if it breaks these, then now we start to look at the H4 as well, but we keep these on our chart. So going back, whenever we see price coming to these levels, even on this hourly chart, we can see where it has always been respecting them. Remember, the purple is actually the daily chart's resistance. So it's very nice when you look at it and how we drew it on, and when you get this respect, when you get that, when you get this, and when you get that as well on a low time frame like H1. But you can still even take it further and say, okay, but if I was looking at 15-minute charts for my entries and things like that, so definitely now this is a very good level, because this is where the double top had formed. We had support here, and that support has broken. Okay, so if you're looking to go short on this, your next target would more or less be this near-term support. Okay, so looking back at it in the past as well, you can see here again that was respected. So on a 15-minute time frame, you get to see more price action, but then the bounce here from the daily support, So this is how you can add confluence or confirmation for your trades, by actually plotting in these levels. And when you're looking at price and how it has been moving, check how you would have interpreted it when it was coming here, if you had already had these lines drawn on. And you can also then make better trading decisions in the future by keeping these lines on your chart and moving them around now and then, in order to reflect what is the correct support and what is the correct resistance for your pair in the future. So if these lines or these zones move around, then you can also just update them a little bit here and there. But the key areas that you are interested in, if you are buying or if you are selling, so if you see something around these areas that confirms that, okay, price is going up perhaps. So if price comes down and around here I see a reversal pattern, or I see a break of a trend line or something like that, or if any one of the strategies that I use says, okay, now this is around the time where we're interested in buying, basically that would be a good confirmation, because I know that this is my near-term support where buying is actually possible, So that's how you look at support and resistance, and adding confluence or confirmation to your trades. Thank you.